Happy WrestleMania Eve. But tonight, let's talk about NXT TakeOver New Orleans. This is the 20th NXT TakeOver show. The night before WrestleMania, a tradition now. Every single big-time pay-per-view, it's the night before is NXT, and this is the biggest one because this is WrestleMania. So this show in the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, again, fans are going to be going crazy. You have one of the best cards they've ever had. So they decided to start the show. They announced on the pre-show with the ladder match. I would have started with the tag team. I think the ladder match is going to be really good, but I would have started with the tag team to get everyone hyped up because I think they're going to have a lot of spots in that one. So I would have done the ladder later, but we'll see how they book it. So ladder match is on. You have all the guys come and go. You have EC3, Lars, Sullivan, Adam Cole, Bebe, Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, and Killian, Dain. So this is going to be great. That might have been one of the greatest ladder matches of all time. I mean, that could be the greatest ladder match I've ever seen. I don't know how you can top this, but you still have Johnny Gargano and Tomasso Ciampa on this fucking show. So yeah, they will. But how the fuck are you going to top that? I can't believe how good that fucking match was. Oh my god. That was a fucking car wreck. The amount of fucking spots, they broke 2 ladders, Ricochet died like 10 times. The fucking Death Valley driver onto that ladder on setup in between the turnbuckles was just brutal. The fucking super kick from Cole to Ricochet. Ricochet doing the shooting star press on the opening of the match. The Velveteen Dream doing the elbow drop from the top of the ladder, which was a huge ladder. I can't even count the amount of spots. I'm missing half of them. I missed most probably the best ones. I can't even recount them. That was fucking insane. That was just brutal. Adam Cole wins. So that makes me think, is he losing the tag titles? But I don't think he is. I think he's going to win. I thought it'd make more sense to have him start with the tag titles, but that ladder match was so fucking good. I can't believe how good that was. That was... There's nothing on WrestleMania that's going to top that. AJ Nakamura or Charlotte Asuka, no. The only thing that's a chance is just Gargano and Ciampa. So this match is starting out. Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler starting. So Ember Moon gets her own big entrance. She has the guy who sings her song, he played her out. That was actually a second musical performance. It had the opening theme of NXT TakeOver. I forgot the ladder match happened. I forgot about the opening entrance. It was so good, but the way the show started with the opening performance, but Lord of the Flies, that was good too. But Ember Moon had a nice ovation, and Shayna Baszler's coming out on the show. Ronda Rousey and Jessamine Duke, 2 other members of the 4 Horsewomen in the crowd cheering Baszler on. I'm guessing Baszler's winning because Ronda's there. We have a new NXT Women's Champion. Shayna Baszler beats Ember Moon in a good match. A really good match. The first half was boring. There was a lot of botches. I didn't like the stuff they did with Baszler's dislocated shoulder. I thought that was botched. I knew what they were trying to do. Just I didn't think she sold it good enough. And the match picked up when Ember Moon hit an eclipse from the top to the outside. Then it got really good. They had Ember Moon dominate the match. So that was kind of the opposite of the last match. I had when Baszler dominated Moon won. Now Baszler dominates most, and then Moon dominates most, and Baszler wins. So it was a good match. New champ. Shayna, look, she's there. We know the connection with Ronda Rousey. Celebrate with her, so she's going to be their champ for a while. I think she eventually, feuds with Kairi Sane next. I think Ember Moon, main roster time. She's done in NXT. I think you see her on the main roster. Maybe you see her win the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal tomorrow night. You never know. So triple threat tag team match is next. They teased Adam Cole's not going to participate because he's injured. You have it's for the tag titles and for the Dusty Classic. Early in this match, Adam Cole gets put through the announcer table. I'm pretty sure they're just going to destroy this whole fucking arena. The fucking whole Smoothie King Center is going to be fucking destroyed. They're not going to have to do the fucking Raw and SmackDown in the damn Superdome at this rate. Roderick Strong has turned heel. We have a big heel turn. So the Undisputed Era retains the titles. Roderick Strong joins the Undisputed Era, but Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly win. So Adam Cole never came into the match. And what it was the match, it started off really hot. And I thought, oh my God, this is going to be great. It ended up being a good match. They had the Authors of Pain dominate a bit because I think this is it for the Authors of Pain. They were there after fun this match. Roderick Strong turns on Pete Dunne. He destroys Pete Dunne, hits his finisher, and he puts Kyle O'Reilly over Pete Dunne. So Undisputed Era wins. He joins them officially. He celebrates with them. Bobby Fish was up the ramp. I guess Roderick Strong can be in Bobby Fish's role because Bobby Fish has a torn ACL. He's going to be out for a while. He was still on crutches. So Yeah, he's part of the Undisputed Era. They're still tag champs. Wow. So a lot of this has been a great show so far. I love that heel turn. I thought that was actually really well done. So I really like that. All right, NXT titles next. They're going to let Gargano and Ciampa main event as they should. They're going to have one of the greatest matches ever. Almas, Alister Black. I think we're getting a new champion. I think Alister Black's your champion. So Alister Black, when he made his entrance, I thought he'd have like this huge like New Orleans voodoo entrance stuff like that. You know, it was just kind of it was just the candles like he always does. So during this match, I'm sure they're gonna have a great match. Oh my God, it's Lina, Vega in leather pants. Oh my God, how are you gonna pay attention to that? It's anything else but that. But she even gets involved, and we'll see how this match goes. What another great match. We have a new NXT champion. Alister Black is the NXT champion. An incredible match and just another great match. So this show, I mean, with Gargano and Ciampa, this is going to be the greatest NXT TakeOver of all time with this next match. But that last match, so much fun, so exciting. It had so many false finishes. Zelina Vega is awesome. She makes Almas. Without Zelina, Almas would just be boring as hell. But that match was great, and Almas is a great wrestler. It's like whenever I see him wrestle, his gimmick just bores me. I just find him like to be another Del Rio or somebody, but then when he wrestles, it's always great. And Alister Black's your champion. Finally, I think Almas goes to the main roster. Alister Black's going to be the face of NXT. He's going to be their top star for a very long time. He's their best, biggest, star, I think, right now, besides Gargano. But, yeah, Alister Black's the man. He's the NXT champion. And now it's time to see what I think could be one of the greatest matches in NXT history. It's probably going to be the greatest match in NXT history. There's a reason they put them on last. It's already like 10:15. They're going to get like 30 minutes. This is going to be a 3-hour show. This is going to be the most incredible match. They had a lot with Candice LeRae on the pre-show. I forgot to mention that. She's doing well. Good job in this too. Really selling this. I like how they show the wedding photos, but it's been building up for a whole year since like 11 months ago is when Ciampa killed Gargano, but then he had a torn ACL, missed all this time. Finally here, it's the match everyone wanted. Never thought they'd have to wait this long for New Orleans, but it's WrestleMania weekend. It makes it better. This is the best match probably one of the best matches NXT has ever hyped up, arguably the biggest. This is going to be fucking incredible. Yeah. It just, oh my God, this is going to be great. Let's watch it. Wow, that had to be one of the longest matches in WWE history. I don't know the time limit, but that went on forever, and it was great. It was a long story. It was just brutal. The whole story of the match was these two guys are beating the fuck out of each other, like basically 2 years of build-up. They were together for, a year and a half, year and a half of build-up. From the Cruiserweight Classic to the split, or to winning the tag team titles together, then of course the infamous split, and then Ciampa was out for a year. Gargano succeeds in NXT, then Ciampa returns, and it all culminated. It was just hate. They told everything. One of the main story arcs was Ciampa's knee with the knee brace. That, of course, was the finish of the match with Gargano submitting Ciampa with the knee brace, basically using it as an STF. And it was kind of like, if you see Cien when he uses the STF, but Gargano, like, instead of like just grabbing it in a crossface, he uses the brace over Ciampa's face and gets a tap out. That was an absolutely fantastic match. It was extremely long. It was a story. It was different from the opener. The opener, it's hard to say which one was better. You're going to have two to debate. Now, the ladder match was just crazy ass. Holy shit, this is crazy. This was a long story. And it was slow at parts, but it was long. They used the concrete, the exposed middle turnbuckle. There was a brutal looking suplex early in the match, and that feels like it was ages ago because that was so early in the match, and the match was so fucking long. It was just a classic. This was one of the best NXT matches ever. I thought it was great. I'm not sure which was better, this or the ladder match, but it was an amazing story. It was brutal. Gargano gets the win. He celebrates with Candice LeRae. I like how Candice comes in. They celebrate. They finally take down Ciampa, or do they? I expect more. I don't think this is it. But that was, there's nothing else to say. One of the best matches they've had, and you look at the whole show as a whole, I'm ready to say. I mean, it's one of those things. Every single NXT takeover, can it be better? This was the best NXT takeover of all time because of the first and last matches. The last match, the main event, was fantastic. It was just a war, and the opener was just one of the greatest ladder matches ever. So I would say this is the best. And the world title match was great. I really enjoyed Almas and Black, and the women's match was good. The tag team triple threat, that was pretty good, but those two matches with those two, it's like, oh my god, this is one of those shows. Let me just say this, let's not forget, this is the greatest NXT takeover of all time, in my opinion. It was fantastic. I don't think WrestleMania has a prayer. They don't have a prayer to top this. They're not going to even come close to this. I don't know how you can top the storytelling on Gargano and Ciampa or the craziness of the opening match. This was one of the greatest shows WWE as a company has ever put on. And if WrestleMania even comes close to this, we're in for a great weekend. But let me say this, WrestleMania is not going to touch the show.